Hello, this is Eric Louvier. Welcome to today's training call. Can you guys hear me okay? If you can, just type right there in the question panel. Say, how's it going, Eric? If you can hear me, tap the top of your head. If you can see my screen. How do I sound? Do I sound good? Everything okay? Video's good. Sounds good. Donald. All right, all good. Let's rock and roll. So we're going to talk about email marketing and building your tribe today. This is an extremely important part of making money online. If you have been an info marketer or been into this at all for any length of time, more than a year, then you understand that this is a pretty big piece of the pie when it comes to making money online. Email marketing is really important because basically it's how most of us make the bulk of the money that we make. I mean, even though we may do paid traffic and even though we may be all over the place with podcasts or whatever, whatever it is we do in the info marketing world, somehow you end up on an email list, and that's where most of the buying decisions are made. So this is extremely important call, and I have some real big breakthroughs for you on this that I want you to own. So take notes and let's dive right into this. But we're going to talk about also building your tribe because it goes hand in hand. And like I keep saying in this program, the rising tide lifts all boats, right? It's all connected. Everything's connected. Everything that we're doing and as an internet marketer, as an info marketer, is connected. If you do podcasts and you're sending emails out and you're doing posts on social media and you're creating products or you're selling offers as an affiliate and recruiting affiliates and you're doing all those things, it's all connected. It rises the tide for everything that you do. So in other words, if you do a podcast, well, that's going to fuel your email list. If you have an email list, it's going to fuel your podcast. If you post on social media, that's going to empower your email list. If you have an email list and post on Twitter, it's going to empower your Twitter. And then Twitter empowers your podcast, and your podcast empowers your Facebook, and your Facebook empowers your blog. And you know what I mean? It's all connected. And this is a big part that a lot of marketers miss because they're kind of just playing this connect the dots type of thing where they're, I'm just going to go do this one thing. Like, Eric said to set up a squeeze page. So I'm setting up this squeeze page. I'm working on setting up the squeeze page. It's taken 18 months, but I finally have the squeeze page set up. Now what? Where's the money, right? No, it doesn't work like that. Never has, never will. You got to go all in, right? That's what I keep saying, all in. Do it all. Be everywhere. Step out in front of the marketplace. Throw yourself out there. You can't hide behind the internet. That doesn't work. As much as the gurus want you to think that you can just buy some piece of software, click some buttons, play around with this little gizmo formula, and make yourself a lot of money, is not true. It's not true. It's not true. What is true is going out there and providing value and selling people stuff and getting in their face and providing value in exchange for cash. All those things is what generates revenue. Real business. Some of you guys own your own businesses offline. I got a lot of clients, a lot of my VIP one-on-one clients. They own businesses offline. They're professionals. They're attorneys. They're doctors. They're chiropractors. They're constructors, they're real estate agents, all kinds of contractors, not constructors. They have all kinds of businesses. Then they think the internet is different. What's the internet? It's different. It's digital. It's so different than my roofing company. It's so different than my chiropractor business. No, it's not. It's not different at all. Okay, it's got little digital stuff involved with it, just like your chiropractor business has little devices that the rest of the world doesn't understand what those devices do. So there is some part of digital marketing, online internet, that's a little different than your business, but it's not different in how you generate a dollar. You provide value to someone that's in pain, right? You got back pain, so you go to a chiropractor and they fix you up. They tell you what to do. They're the pros. They specialize in the back. They tell you got to do this, got to do this exercise. This is your problem. This is what's causing it. Right, so they're the back experts, supposedly, allegedly, and you're over there saying, "Help me! I'm in pain. Fix me. This sucks." And they're like, "Okay, it's $1,000 today, and $1,000 over the next 8 weeks, and you got to come here 3 times a week, and you got to do all this stuff, and then your back pain will go away." So it's really interesting how it's similar in everything out there that's a business, but when it comes to the internet, we kind of get all screwy because it's digital. It's not. It's the same thing. It's business. Business is business. Making money is making money. Going getting people to give you money because you crack their back and solve that problem, you provide a cure, is the same thing I'm doing right now. Same thing you're tuning into right now. You come and show up in my office. It just happens to be a digital office. You're sitting right in front of my desk. It just happens to be digitally. You have a problem. I'm talking to you about that problem and what you need to do to fix it. So there's a difference. The same thing as having a plumbing problem. Tomorrow, the guy's coming out to put all my televisions on the walls, and we moved into a new $1 million house. He's going to put the TV outside next to my kegerator, so I can watch college football while I'm sitting outside in front of the swimming pool and hot tub, cooking on my big green egg or the grill, you know, serving up some beer for my friends. And that guy's going to come out here and solve a problem. What's the problem? Problem number one is I don't know what I'm doing when I put TVs up on the wall with the whole surround sound stuff. Problem number two is I don't want to damage my TVs because, I'm not good at that kind of stuff. Problem number three is I don't want to mess with that stuff. I just want it to look good and work well and sound great, right? I don't even know how to make the speakers work outside. You understand? That guy's solving a problem. It's a desire. Do I need the televisions on the wall? Do I need surround sound? Do I need it? No. It's a desire, which is a problem. Okay, so that guy's serving a problem. All right, I called. I got 3 different bids off of Angie's list. I picked the best guy. He's coming out here. He came out here, gave me a quote, right? Told him the quote was too much, of course. I'm a salesperson. Came back with a better quote, and he's going to come out tomorrow. Cool. Right on. Anyway, let's dive in. Our role is here's the first breakthrough for you. In this business, in your business, I don't care what business, your role is to not serve your audience. Your role is not to serve your list or your customers or your clients or your patients or your prospects, or it doesn't matter. Your role is to not serve them. If you're talking about making lots of money, now your role could be to serve them on other levels, but I'm not here to be your best friend or talk to you about that. I'm here to tell you how to make a bunch of money. That's why you're paying me. I'm a rainmaker. I know how to bring in the cash. I am very, very good at that. And I'm here to tell you what you need to do to make a lot of money. You can take that information and disseminate it however you want. You could say, well, this is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like that. You can bucket it, you can categorize it however you want. You can receive the message however you want. But the message is, I know how to make a lot of freaking money, and I'm here to tell you what you need to do to make a lot of money. And I'm telling you right now, your role is to not serve. If it is to serve, then you're going to become a service provider and not necessarily a money maker. Okay? I'm going to blow you away here. Follow me on this. Bring your thinking cap to this. This is a big breakthrough for some of you. Your mission here, your role is to not serve. It's not to serve. Okay? Everyone says that though, right? I even say it too. Go out there, serve the market. And in a way, you do want to go serve the market. You want to provide value for your brothers and sisters, but that's not your sole intention. If it is, then you're going to become a very good service provider. And I know lots of good service providers who make absolutely no money because it's not their primary aim is to make a lot of money. Okay, some people, they go out there, go out there and provide a lot of service and help people, and I even say that. But the big secret to own here, and you need to own this, the big secret to own here is buyers are liars. People don't like to follow rules, right? They don't like following rules. Rules don't apply to them. I just said it about the guy that's coming out tomorrow to do the televisions. He had his rules, and I broke all of his rules. I'm like, no, I can't do that. No, I can't wait that long. No, can you do it Friday? No, that quote's too high. How about this? And he's like, if you can do that, I'll go with you because I have some other Angie. I am all about breaking rules because I'm a marketer. I believe I'm born to break rules. Rules do not apply to me. Your rules in your business are for everyone else, but not me, right? Like I'll talk to someone, but you know what you need to do? You need to raise your rates, man. Don't raise the rates on me. But you need to raise your rates for everybody else out there because you're not charging enough. And here's what you need to do to charge more, right? I know the rules in business, so I'll break the rules if I'm a customer, if I'm a client, if I'm a patient. I'm going to break the rules. No, I'm not going to do those exercises. This is what I'm going to do. No, I can't see you 5 times a week. I'm going to see you once a week, and you're going to fit me into your schedule. And it works out, right? Because there's these rules, and those rules, as a marketer, I break those rules all the time. But you have to understand that people don't like following those rules either. People are very, very stubborn. They're very conditional. people are creatures of habit, and they keep doing the same things over and over and over again forever. Okay, follow me here. Buyers are liars. They may tell you this is what they're buying. They may act like this is what they're buying. They may email you telling you this is what they bought, but that's not what they bought. Okay? So I get a client. He pays me thousands of dollars to coach him one-on-one, right? And so let me explain this to you, and this will kind of help crystallize what I'm talking about here, because I know you're like, what is he talking about? I get a client. This guy pays me thousands of dollars to coach him one-on-one, right, to take him to the promised land. Surely, since he paid me thousands of dollars, surely he's going to follow the steps, right? I mean, he gave me thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm telling them, here's the steps, man. And if you do these steps, you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars per year and live a real free lifestyle. Do these steps. Surely he's going to do the steps. I mean, he's paid me thousands and thousands of dollars. He's invested. He put skin in the game. Surely he's going to do it, right? Wrong. He doesn't do the steps. Why doesn't he do the steps? I've been pulling my hair out for 10 years, asking myself, why don't my clients, or some of my clients, why don't they do the steps? I mean, here I am making millions of dollars, and here I am saying, here's the steps to take, and they're like, well, what about this? What about that? Or they're challenging me. Well, I tried that. It didn't work for me in the past before they came to me. I was like, yeah, because you did it that way, and that way doesn't work, right? So wrong. They don't do the steps. Not all of them. Some of them do, the ones that make money. I then bend over backwards, right? So the guy pays me thousands of dollars. I bend over backwards for this guy now, because he paid me thousands of dollars, and damn it, I'm going to make him successful with or without him. And if he's not following the steps, then I'll do the steps for him. Something. I'm going to make him successful because I have to. My pride's on the line. Some guy paid me thousands of dollars to take him to the promised land, making a lot of money. He's not doing the steps. What do I do? Well, if he doesn't do the steps, then I'm a failure as a coach. So I got to make him do the steps somehow. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. So what do I do here? So I bend over backwards and try adding more service. I provide him this. I provide him that. Do this for him. Do that for him. Just adding more, doing more, adding more, doing more. Setting it all up for him. Everything. Doing all the steps for him. I'll just do it for you. You can't get a squeeze page up? Let me do it for you. Can't get that copywriting headline to work out right? Let me do it for you. Let me do it for you, right? He does even less afterwards. Takes even less steps when I'm setting it all up for him. So I scratch my head again. Why can't this guy do anything? It's his dream. He wants to make $500,000 a year online and work 2 days a week like me. It's his dream, and yet he's not doing anything. Why? So I ask him, did you do the steps to the social media action plan that I gave you? And he says, yes, I've been doing that, Eric. I've been following your steps. And I say, okay, what was step number 4 of the action plan, and how did you execute that step? I'd like to know. And guess what he says? Oh, yeah, well, the truth is, Eric, I've been pretty busy with my new role at the office, and I got all this going on. We got this new project, and so I got to fess up and say I don't even know what step number 4 of the action plan is. I just didn't want to, feel bad. This happens time and time again. So my point here is the bullet point there where I bend over backwards. I add more service, do more, set it all up, more. What am I becoming? I'm becoming a service provider. And guess what? That's not what the guy paid me to do. That's not why he's even there. That's not the thousands of dollars that he gave me to coach him. This took me years to figure out, years to get this breakthrough. And you're about to get the breakthrough. Okay? Your job is to not serve your customers or your clients or your market or your email list. That is not your job. That is not your mission. And if it is, you're going to become a service provider who's working your butt off for very, very little. And this happens, I see it every day all over. I'm surrounded by this. You go to any kind of business and they are doing that. The business owner is doing what I'm just telling you. Because it's a vicious cycle. It's never ending. They're just killing themselves, burning themselves out, getting frustrated, getting jaded, and they have to do more because they believe they have to do more in order to make more or to sustain the business that they have or the income that they have. So they're doing it, they're becoming a service provider. They're killing themselves. So maybe 5 years ago, they got paid $500 an hour. And then three years later, they're getting paid $200 an hour. And then now, 5 years later, they're getting paid $100 or $80 an hour. And they're just and they're heading towards $50 an hour. So they're doing more and more for less. And they're looking at competition, they're looking at regulations, they're looking at everything that's going on, right? And they're saying to themselves like, I got to figure out what the solution is here. And really what the solution here is to understand that you're getting caught up in the vicious cycle of being a service provider. And with your email list, that's never going to work. They're not going to pay attention to you because that's not the real reason they're there. Remember, buyers are liars. Your role, and this is not going to be comfortable, but your role is to control and to influence. I'm just going to let that sit with you for just a little bit. Your role is to not serve. Your role is to not serve. Your role is to not serve the marketplace. Do not serve the marketplace. Do not serve your list. Do not serve your customers. Do not serve, or you will make less and less and less money. So if I pay that guy to come out tomorrow, and he's putting up the television, and I say, hey, you know what? I don't know, man. That's not a very good receiver you brought me. You said you were bringing me top of the line, and I'm paying big dollars for this receiver. And you know what? It doesn't sound any better than the sound bar that I had in the master bedroom. I mean, that's a $2,000 receiver, my man. I mean, can you change this? Take that back, bring this, do that, do jumping jacks, do flips, go around, give me a massage, take the trash out, cut the grass. You know what I mean? He's like, yes. I'll do this. I'll add that. I'll add this. I'll add that. Add this. I'll add that. Right? What am I turning him into? A service provider. If he's out there trying to get business off of Angie's list and Craig's list and all this stuff, and then people are saying what I told him. Well, hey, I got you off of Angie's list, and these other guys gave me better quotes than that for the same service. So I mean, why would I go with you? And I'm not in the business of just giving away more money. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll match their offer. What was the quote? That's dumb. What he should have said is, oh, well, they're going to screw it up, and they don't bring this value. They don't bring that. He's becoming a service provider. Your role is to not control and influence. And if you really want to make a lot of money with email marketing, and this is important because so many people get in this business and they don't make any money, even though they go through all the steps. So they're driving traffic, and they're getting recruiting affiliates, and they're getting subscribers, and they're selling them stuff, and they're sending emails, and they're not making any money. And I keep telling you guys in this program, all this training that I'm giving you guys, is that they're missing the main part. And the main part is we buy from those that we know, like, and trust, and we buy from those we want to buy from, and we buy from those that have the cure to our problem. So your role is to control and influence. Your role is to not service. And if you still don't get it, you're going to get it in a minute because I'm going to drive this home. Your email list will not pay attention to you if you are constantly serving, and they will not buy from you. They will expect free content, free advice, free entertainment, and they will not buy from you. This is important to own. They will not buy from you if your job is to be a service provider. They will whittle you down. You may sell some stuff here and there, but you're not going to make a lot of money working a very little bit amount of time, even if you're an affiliate. Okay? Many marketers screw this part up big time. Okay? They're out there doing all kinds of free stuff. They're out there giving value to the marketplace, doing what we tell them to do, the gurus, but they're missing the bullseye. And the bullseye is you got to sell them stuff. You got to intently want the money. So this happens like this. Eric, I'm emailing them free advice, man. I mean, I'm being funny on my emails. I'm being interesting. I have my podcast going. I have tons of free videos out there that I shot and recorded and put on YouTube. I give them cheat sheets once in a while. And then I just can't get these people to buy from me. They can't get them to buy jack. What am I missing, man? Me. Well, you need to control them and influence them to buy. So you don't just go out there and give away a bunch of free stuff. You don't go out there and be a service provider either, and discount, provide more. What you need to do is control them and influence them to buy. So to buy, not to read, not to be entertained, not for free content, not for servicing them, because then you become a service provider who provides info. Does that make sense? So here's a real email that I got today. No offense to the person that sent this to me. If they're on this call, I didn't even check. I just glanced at the email. But this is what the email said. It said, hi, I'm interested in doing this, but how can I start? And this person is basically reached out to me about coaching. And I said, you're interested in getting coaching from me? I just want to, and then I don't even know what I said. And then the person said, Eric, I'm in so much debt. I'm a civil servant, spending too much time in the office, working and earning very little. My pay slip is full of loans. It's really hard sometimes. I feel like screaming. I wonder what else I can do to earn some extra cash. I'm so tired of being broke and borrowing always. Then another email right after that. Basically, what I want to know is how to work in Social Biz Connect and make that extra coin. So that's an email from this person came to me, and I mean, I get these kind of emails all the time, but this is a perfect example for me to drive home to you. Is someone that is on your list, represents the majority of your list if you're in the internet marketing market. But even if you're not, if you're in a different market, it's the same thing. And this person is out there looking for free information. This person has no intention of buying anything whatsoever. And of course they're having some hard times, and I'm very sympathetic to that. I've been there. I know what that feels like. But as a business, this person is not my client. This person is not my customer, and there's no way I'm going to help this person, because I'm going to be placed into a service provider free information position, and it's going to be a complete waste of time. Now, there's still a chance that this person is not this way and could be a good client, but after 10 years of doing this, I'm pretty sure that I would not waste any of my time with this customer, because there's certainly not going to be a coaching client type of prospect, and they won't qualify anyway to be a coaching client, because this is a lack mentality, and there's so much here. But the whole point is, if you focus on being a service provider, if you focus on being the free information provider for your niche market, then this is what you're going to get a whole lot of. And they're going to keep you so busy. You're going to be running around, putting out fires, running around like a chicken with your head cut off, doing all this stuff for the majority percentage of the list, majority percentage of your marketplace, the majority percentage of everything that you do, the people that you reach out there are this. And that's a waste of your time. And that's what I mean by being a service provider. You're out there providing free information. You're out there providing advice, but these are the people that are going to time vampire, suck all your time up, suck all your energy up, make you frustrated, hate on you. Where you give them, here's a little lesson for you also, is it's not what you've done for people for the past several years, it's what you've done for them in the last couple of weeks or the last month or so, okay? They'll forget about everything you've done for them for the past 10 years if it doesn't work out in the last week, or something's kind of a little frictional in the last week or two. I've had that happen so many times, it's not even funny. They don't care about what happened, years ago. You could have saved them, put them in business, turned them into super successes. You just basically created them, and then all of a sudden, in the last week or two, something didn't quite gel between you and that person. Now they can't stand you. So that happens a lot, right? So in this type of business, or any business, if you cater to the people that are what I call the bottom feeders, which is basically shouldn't be your customers in the first place, then what's going to happen is they're going to suck up all your time. So if you're out there trying to get free, like people that are really into podcasts, podcast has a place, and a podcast can really, really add to your credibility and the whole 9 yards. But you have to do it in a way where you're not catering to these people. You can with free information, but they're not the ones that you're targeting for your sales. Because if they are, you're not going to make any money, and then you're going to wonder why you're so frustrated. This is what happens with everyone in the market. So they go buy solo ads. They get a list of 5,000 people. They do pay-per-click with Twitter. They do pay-per-click doing all this different stuff, and they get recruit affiliates or whatever they do to get traffic. They get subscribers, and they get all this, and they don't understand the overwhelming majority of the list and marketplace and reach is this lady right here. Or even if it's a different market, if it's a weight loss, it's the same thing. They want the advice, they want the information, they want all the stuff, but they don't want to pay for it. So that's not your market, right? That's not your market at all. So if you're going to be a service provider, I don't know what the word is. I just call it a service provider. If you're going to be that person that's like, go give free value, go give free information, go give free, get people to like you and all this stuff, but your intention isn't to sell them, then these people will suck you dry with your life. You know what I mean? You will be jaded, beat up, knocked up, and wasted. Okay, because it's just not going to work. So I don't know how to really. I'm trying to find the proper words to articulate what I'm talking about here, but I see it all the time with marketers that are so wrapped up in this And no offense to this lady here. I mean, I love all my brothers and sisters, all God's people. I love everybody, and that's not my point. My point is to drive home. And the only reason I'm showing this to you is not to pick on her. I promise. My point to drive home is because I used to be this person. My point is to drive home that if you let this be your focus, if you let this affect you, if you let this get in your way, if you let this distract you, if you let this procrastinate you, I mean, all that, then you're not going to make any money. But if your sole primary aim is to go make money, then you'll skip right past this. Like I would have done, I just grabbed it to show you. I mean, in fact, I didn't read the whole thing. I read most of this whenever I took the screenshot for you, right? And so, I mean, usually like in a split second, it's like, you know, I've had clients say, "Man, I've reached out to you. I've tried to give you money. I mean, what's going on? It's really hard to become your coaching client." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see your email," because I just chalked it up as, well, they weren't serious because they started. Maybe they sent me a real long email. If I get a real long email from a coaching prospect, here's what happens: delete. I don't even read it because 80% of those emails are sob stories or jaded people that are just so frustrated, so beat up and knocked up that they don't want to. They're not going to be my client. I don't want them to be my client because they're just not in a good place. Come back a couple of months later when you feel a little bit more positive, and then put the responsibilities on your own shoulders, and then we'll make this work. So you guys getting my point here? This is kind of hard for me to explain, especially because it's a little sensitive topic too. But I know that if I could drive this home, it really, if the light bulb, if that switch is flipped and you get this, then man, it can make a big difference for you for making a lot of money because you're focused on the wrong people. Does that make sense? So if you were a service provider and just tossing on information to entertain or to give, then you're going to go out of business fast. Okay? She has no intention of buying a thing and is after free information, advice, etc. And it's like I'm in business to drive profits, and I give free stuff all over the place for free. Just go on my list or follow me. But my aim is to generate revenue. And the key word here is my primary aim. My main intention, my primary aim, my definite major purpose, my goal, my mission, my duty, my obligation is to generate revenue. Therefore, I sell. Just sell, baby. So here's an email I just sent out to my list. If you're on my list, then you probably got this email today if you check my emails. It says, the title was Yo. See there? I just put Yo just to capture attention. It says, hey, you should see the private message I just got. Wow. The reason I put that in the message at the top is because people see a glimpse, a little blurb of their emails. And so they see that, and it kind of seems like a personal email. Yo, hey, did you see the private message I just got? Wow. But first, real quick, and then I go into the email. That's on purpose. That all right there is on purpose to get the click, get them to open the email because it seems kind of personal, and it just works subconsciously that way too. And I used the open loop. Hey, you should see the private message I got. Wow. But first, real quick. So what I did is I opened a loop. I told them you should see the private message. Now they're wondering what the private message is. But then I switched gears and said, check this out real quick. And the landscapers are here. That always happens. Like anytime I'm doing a live call, landscapers show up. Anyway, you guys probably can't even hear them anyway. But first, real quick. I'm looking to bring on 5 new one-on-one clients to work closely with over the next 8 weeks. If you are tired of being stuck at the same level for way too long, then email me here. So that's a really important sentence right there. So here's what I'm looking for: 5 new one-on-one clients. So first of all, that's limited. 5 new means I want some new people, right? Clients, which means you're not just a customer, you're a client, you're a VIP, and you're working closely with me. Working closely with me, which means access. Access. Okay? That's very important. If you turn people onto you or market or your list, they want access to you. They want access to you, okay? Because you could solve their problems. It's like when I go to the doctor and I got to see the nurse practitioner. You better be like 1,000 times cheaper, because I'm here to see the doctor. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what's going on here. So they get access to me, right? Over 8 weeks, so pretty short period of time there. 8 weeks, not very long. Okay, if you're tired, all right. So that's a really good sentence. There's a lot of psychology there. This is what I'm looking for to help people the next 8 weeks, which means not forever, but the next 8 weeks, let's get this, wham, bam, make some money, thank you. So if you're tired of being stuck at the same level for way too long, then email me here. Now that's a closing technique right there. If then. If you're tired of being stuck at the same level for way too long, then email me here. If you would like to save a lot of money in your long distance, then can we do business today? If I can help you save a lot of money on your long distance, can we do business today? If I could cut your advertising cost in half, plus get you twice the amount of traffic you're currently getting, would you be interested in discovering more? You see, if then, or if would, that kind of sentence structure is very good at compelling people to take action. And so I say, if you are tired of being stuck, and I should have capitalized that word stuck because that's key. If you are tired of being stuck. So what is the problem I'm addressing? People that are stuck. And let me tell you something, that works very well. You know why? Because people are stuck at the same level. I have some of you guys been doing this for I don't even know how many years. You still haven't even made one penny yet. You're stuck. So this is hitting people between the eyes. Get unstuck is all people want to do. And even people that are making, $1 million a year, like me, they want to make more. So I'm stuck. You see what I mean? So if you're tired of being stuck at the same level for way too long, then email me here. That's just, okay. So if you're finally ready, all caps, to take it to the next level, then I'm looking for you. Well, it's the same thing. If then, right? If then. If you go back and look at my emails, in my sales copy, a lot of it is this technique I'm sharing with you right here. If you're finally ready to take it to the next level, then I'm looking for you. Well, that's the same person that's stuck. The same person that's stuck wants to take it to the next level. This is saying it's kind of a negative thing, right? If you're tired of being stuck. This is a positive. If you're ready, see, if you're tired of being stuck and ready to take it to the next level. See how that works? I'm only looking for 5 ambitious, positive, serious people to work one-on-one with. That has a lot of psychology in it too. First of all, only 5, all caps. Ambitious, positive, serious people. Well, if you're ambitious and positive and serious, then you're one of the 5. You're like, well, that's me. If you're negative and toxic and not serious, well, then this isn't for you. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be this, and to go against that is going against the grain psychologically. So here's a private message testimonial I just got from a top guru, and it says, and this is a top guru who gave me this testimonial and specifically told me to not use his name. I'm like, oh, that's great. I use a testimonial without using your name. But anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. That's why it gave me the idea to send this email. I sold a $500 product to 50 people last month. I took out the dollar sign, but I forgot to take it out here. And that's just because the spam filters is kind of a habit. I sold a $500 product to 50 people last month. Those 50 people have been nurtured all month. This month, I just closed $50,000 in new business. Actually, he did that in a week. He put month. It is a week, man. Anyway, in new business from that 50-person list based on our conversation this past weekend. See? Past weekend. Why did I say a month? Anyway, 3 full-pay 10K clients. I gave them the price 10K. And 2 1K for 10 months, which is another thing I told to do. Mindset and self-worth are the key. Just like you said, perhaps the most valuable lunch I've ever been to. So there you go. There's a testimonial that's real high. He made $50K in a week. And then this guy, this is a client. I think you're on the call right now, actually. This guy took my advice and went and popped. Okay, that's what I'm talking about him. This is another one that I got. And so the contrast. This guy made his first dollar, his first membership sale, which is another email I just got. So that's 2 contrasting statements. Some people just want to make their first dollar, like some of you are on this call right now, and some of you are making really good money and you want to make 50 grand in a week. You see, so I just covered all my advanced people out there that are on my list, which got a lot of advanced people because I've had the list for a long time, and the newer people that haven't made money yet. So then I go back to my email. I get those all the time too. I'm talking about clients who have been at this for years and years and have never made 1 red cent. So a lot of people are like that, right? Which is these people that are stuck. I'm talking about getting unstuck. See, I got these people unstuck. Anyway, I'm looking for 5 new clients, and that's it. Not 6, not 10, only 5. Email me here. Thanks, Eric. Blah, blah, blah. So there's an email, and there's a lot that I wanted to talk about in this email, but one of the main things I want to explain to this email is I am not appealing to, where is she? Her. I am not appealing to her with my emails. If I wanted to appeal to her, it would be completely different. If you want to see an example of emails that appeal to people like her, no offense to her, but the people out there like that, then go check your email account right now and just click on anybody's email that you're a subscriber to, and the chances are about a 90% chance that their emails appeal to her. Where this email, my email, does not appeal to her. If she emails me, then it's out of the blue, it's abnormal, it's completely crazy, and I'm just going to delete it because I can tell in a heartbeat. So people that would respond to this email, I may get, I don't know, let's say I get 3,000 people to open this email. You know how many out of 3,000 people will email me? Maybe 30. Maybe 30. Because the rest of them are not my target market. Are they still going to stay on my email account? Of course, because they love all this money talk and the insights and all that kind of stuff. But they're not my clients. They're not my target market at all. You see? And I'm not going to service provide them either. So if I sent an email that was like, hey, one way to make money is to do this and do that and go here, go there, and you can do this and cheat sheet and follow these 5 steps and you'll make a lot of money. That's all appealing to those people. And so that's why a lot of marketers are pulling their hair out, working 16-hour days just trying to reach $100,000 a year worth of income. And it's because they're targeting all those bottom feeders, you see. And that's fine if you're selling little dollar products and $5 products and all that. It's fine. Go do that. A lot of them will buy it. It's a lot of headaches. However, if you act like this and you market to your list and to your market like this, selling something. I'm selling something, by God, right? This is for sale, obviously. Then even the ones who don't email me are even more turned on to me. Does that make sense? So my whole point here so far, and I got some different type of stuff to explain to you in a minute, but you want to build a real tribe, you want to build a real following, a real email marketing list that makes you a lot of money, to be more like this email and less appealing to the lady before who's just looking for something for free, who's looking to be dazzled and entertained and looking for a quick hit of hope. You want people who are locked in, that want to lose weight or want to get dates or whatever niche market you're going after, are really into golf and they want to do something about it. There's what I call fire there. Make sense? So when I give away free information, I'm selling. I'm selling. So if I send an email out to my list giving away free content, I'm selling. Indirectly, I am selling people. There will be some sentences in that email that are indirectly selling people to reach out to me or to go back and check a previous email or to go to my help desk ticket website or go to my site or chase me down or something. It's even when I give, I'm selling. So you need to give to sell, but when you're giving, be selling mixed in there. So I can send an email to my list that has nothing for sell. It's just free information, but I am selling indirectly in that email. Does that make sense? I'm selling something. It could just be I'm selling to turn you on to me, which is pre-framing you to buy from me later. So when I'm giving, I'm selling. When I'm giving, I'm selling. So you guys have seen the movie Scarface? Well, Tony Montana, he says this famous line. He says, "I always tell the truth, even when I lie." So he's like in this restaurant, right? How many of you guys have seen Scarface? Everybody, I assume. So he's in this restaurant, right? And he's hammered. He's all kind of feeling pissed off, and he's like, getting into it with his wife, right? And he's like, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. And he's all into that, right? And I just thought it was a funny sentence. But you know what? I always sell, even when I give. That's what that reminds me of. I'm always selling, even when I'm giving. So let's talk about the power of giving. What's your primary reason for giving something for free? It's to get them to pay attention and to get turned on to want to buy from you. So to market, email subject line. So here's a subject line I would send to my list, right? Targeting the marketplace, and the subject line would say "nothing for sale." Check this out. And the reason why is because people are resistant to sales attempts. So they see an email from me and they're like, oh, what's Eric selling now, right? So a lot of people are resistant to that, but they're not resistant to sales attempts they can't detect. So if I say there's nothing for sale, check this out, a lot of people will open that email. However, I will be appealing more to that example of the lady I showed you earlier. So the email subject line, nothing for sale, check this out. Then what's going to happen is those people, they're going to click the email. Well, the ones I am targeting are going to check it out because everyone's resistant to sales attempts, but even the bottom feeders are going to check it out too. And then it says, dear subscriber, are you starving to death? Well, here's what steak and potato smells like. Smells good, doesn't it? If you're starving, here's what steak and potato smells like. Here's a little nibble, a little appetizer of the steak and potatoes. Now your stomach is really growling so hard that it hurts, huh? So this is kind of an analogy of what I do when I give something away for free. In my mind, this is what I'm doing. I'm basically emailing my list who are internet marketers who are starving to make money online or starving to get unstuck where they're at. And I'm saying, here's a little appetizer. Here's a little nugget of information. Here's a little nibble. Here's some stuff, right? And then it pre-frames them to be so hungry, starving, their stomach is actively growling, they could feel it, and they're more likely to search me, chase me down, email me, or respond to my next email, which is going to be between the eyes, hit them over the head, sales attempt. So even when I'm giving away free content, I'm just massaging them or, pre-framing them, before they get hit with the full course meal. Make sense? The climax. So they will chase you down, they'll find you, they'll reply, they'll seek you out to get the food because they're starving. Do you understand? If you're in the golf market and you have a list of starving golf people and you give them steak and potatoes, the nuggets for free, but with the intention of selling, they will chase you down. Do you get that? So the next day, I hit them right between the eyes with a sales attempt, and it sells like crazy. It's building the anticipation. It's pre-framing them. It's massaging them, getting them ready. Okay? So there's three kinds of emails. Number one is the type of emails to give free. Give away free content, right? This is obvious. And there's a lot of good to giving away free content, but there's bad to giving away free content too. The bad is you're pretty much targeting the wrong people. But the good is that you kind of warm them up to you again. So if I send the next couple of emails out to my list, giving them free content or whatever, then the third email or fourth email from now, like 3 days, 4 days from now, I send them a sales email. That sales email will get a lot more results, a lot more clicks, a lot more opens, a lot more results. The only problem is most of those results are from freebie seekers. But still, it brings to surface others who are not necessarily freebie seekers. So there's a really good reason for you almost have to do it. It's like we don't want to do it, but we have to do it. You got to give away free stuff just to kind of reinvigorate your list or the market. When I give, I really try and give. Okay, I really do. I mean, when I give free content, I ignore that these people are freebies. I ignore it. I try to treat them like they're clients, like they've just given me thousands of dollars. So I really try and give to when I give, and that's good because it's going to turn people on to you, and they may buy from you later on. I have a client, it's probably on the call right now, that just became a VIP client. He bought this program, and it just became a VIP client like the other day. And we got on a call, so one-on-one call, and he was at a workshop that I did with Jack in Houston. I don't even know how many years ago. Years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I don't even know. 5 years ago at least. And he's brand new. He doesn't even have a PayPal account. But he remembered me from 5 years ago, has been on my list all that time, and now decided to go ahead and buy this program and to become a VIP one-on-one client of mine. So upgraded. All because of what? Because I did a friend a favor, Jack, and I went to his workshop in Austin and I taught for a day or half a day or something to a group of real estate investors. So he remembered because that was free. I didn't get paid to do that. I just did a favor for a buddy of mine that was up and coming. And look what happened. Turned into a VIP client 5 years later. So that was all because I gave without, that was kind of unintentionally selling too, because people will seek you out. Even though I didn't sell a thing at the workshop, people reached out to me. They cornered me in the restroom. I remember I don't know if you were there, man, David, but I was in the restaurant. I remember you guys wouldn't let me out. There was a guy standing right in front of the door, wouldn't let me go back to the room to finish my speech. But that's because they're starving for that information. But there you go. Always be giving with real true intention of helping people, but understand that when you're giving away free stuff, you're not appealing to your ideal market. So do it with the intention of selling. Just give without worry. Just give. Really, really give. Okay? The second type of email is a sales email, where like the one I showed you earlier. That's a pure 100% cold-blooded selling email. It's being sent out to the list to sell them. Buy now. All right? So that's a sales type of email. You can mix them up. Some of your emails will be free. Some of your emails will be flat out selling people on stuff. And that's important to do because they want to buy. If you're just giving away free stuff, you're going to kill your list. You wonder why you get more clicks when you sell something than when you give something away for free? Now you know. They don't believe you if you're not selling them stuff. They expect to be sold even though they're resistant to sales attempts. Again, buyers are liars. My buyers will say, I've bought so much, Eric. I just bought so much stuff over the past 5 years. And, I really don't want to buy anything more. My wife is really pissed off at me buying all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah. Are you serious or not? Yes. Okay, well, then this is the price. Okay, let's do it. Done. You see? I mean, sell. Buyers are liars. They're like, yeah, I don't want to buy from you. I don't want to buy any more stuff. I don't want to buy stuff while they're filling out the credit card information. Hit them upside the head. That's what we say in Texas. Hit them upside the head. Straight for the bullseye on selling them. I'm looking for 5 new clients. Will you be one of the lucky ones or the unlucky ones who get to remain bottom feeders? So it's just basically knock them over the head and sell them something. Just go flat out. Guys, I got to tell you. All right. I don't know how many times. Here, I'm going to just reveal this. I don't give a damn. I don't know how many times I've had clients that come to me that have it all going on. They have the squeeze page, they got the sales letter, they got a staff of people that work for them. They're spending $5,000 or $10,000 a week on traffic. They're doing all kinds of stuff, right? And they're just struggling and they're losing money and their business is struggling. And then they hire me and then I go look at their emails and I'm like, all your emails are too fancy, too cute, dancing around the subject, beating around the bush. How about we just come straight out and email your list and ask them if they want to buy this, whatever their offer is, their signature offer. Like, let's say their offer is coaching. Why are you dancing around the subject? Why are you beating around the bush? You're like, go over here and read this article. And then the article in the resource box says we have the coaching program. And they go over here and watch this video. And the bottom has a little ticker. The little ticker thing on the bottom of videos that says, ABC coaching program. And then they do all this stuff. They beat around the bullet. And then I go and say, let's send an email out that says, hey, we're looking for